Good.
Okay, so just some background. My name is Darren. I'm one of the founders of MemSimCalc. I'm based in Edmonton, and I'm currently, well, right now I'm doing an internship, but I'm currently still in the University of Alberta. So, okay. Samer, one of the co-founders of MemSimCalc, is a professor at the University of Alberta. Throughout his years of teaching, he has always looked for a platform that would allow him to create and share computational apps with his students, colleagues, and customers. As a non-developer, Samer, like many others in engineering, is only proficient in Python. If he were to share a tool he had made using a Python file to a student, that student would have to download that Python file, download Python, and then run that file on an IDE. Alternatives would be to use an Excel spreadsheet, but those are hard to look at, creating a web application that requires web development experience, or using Jupyter notebooks, which can be tricky for those who've never programmed. For Samer, it is difficult to be able to share tools and calculations that he's written for others to see. What we've created to solve Samer's problem is something that allows developers to create apps requiring only knowledge in Python, minimal time and effort, and is easily shareable. The solution, MemSimCalc. MemSimCalc is the simplest way to build computational tools. With only basic knowledge needed in Python, one of the world's easiest to learn programming languages, you can create and share an app in minutes. So about the product, MemSimCalc is available on both desktop and mobile. That means no installation is required, so you don't have to worry about hardware constraints such as storage space on your computer. This also means that you can create and view apps from anywhere, as you just need to go to memsimcalc.com on your browser. MemSimCalc requires only knowledge in Python. Python is one of the most common languages for engineers, data scientists, and software developers in general. Around 8.2 million developers use Python, and Python is the primary language for 80% of its developers. It is very easy to learn and used oftentimes as an entry-level programming language. So some key features. As mentioned before, everything is in browser, so no download is needed. You can explore apps created by others, ranging in topics from engineering to arts to business. And once you've created your app, you can share your app as a link or embed it onto your own website. Creating an app is a three-step process. Drag and drop some inputs, write some code using our in-browser IDE, and create a simple text output. This can all be done within 5 minutes. I have a product demo on our website, which you can see. I create an app in I think a little bit over 5 minutes, but it's very quick. And once published, your app can be viewed by anyone by just sending them a link. Here you can see our Explore page. Apps can be filtered by categories, tags, or author. There are recent apps, most viewed, and featured apps displayed. And right now, we have apps created for the Alberta Masonry Council as our featured apps. So for our business model, we plan to monetize our platform through 3 different methods. Firstly, we will run ads to generate ad revenue from web traffic. If web traffic is high enough, we plan to return a share of the ad revenue back to developers based on the views of their apps, similar to that of YouTube. Second, we will be creating a tiered subscription model, which allows users to pay for premium features, such as the ability to create unlimited apps, faster service speeds, improved customer/technical support, and more. And then finally, we will look into an enterprise edition that will allow clients and companies to host MemSimCalc on their own servers, allowing them to have all of the apps available only to their employees. We plan to gain traction primarily through methods such as referral, search engines, and hackathons. As users create more apps, they will also share them with others, allowing more people to visit our website. As web traffic increases and more apps are created, these new apps create new keywords. As these keywords are generated and bumped up the Google search rankings, it allows for more organic site visits. We also plan to run hackathons on our platform as a way to get the community together and to create innovative apps and give back to our developer community. Our target markets are education, data scientists and engineers, and hackathons. We estimate that with 1% of all Python developers using MemSimCalc, we can generate around $2 million in annual revenue. With best case scenario of over 10% of all Python developers using MemSimCalc, we estimate greater than $10 million in annual revenue. Compared to competitors such as Streamlit and Anvil, MemSimCalc finds a niche as not just being a tool for creating full-on websites, but instead being a tool for creating rather compact, easy to use, and easy to develop applications that can be shared via URL. Our advantage for traction is just due to the snowball nature that we can generate as our user base grows. Just because of the fact that when someone creates an app, it creates a new URL. These URLs will pop up on Google searches based on keywords created by whoever has developed that app. And this can lead to traction to gain exponentially. So MemSimCalc was founded in 2021. It is based in Edmonton, Alberta, and we had just incorporated last month in August. So for the team, the founders are Samer Adib, Wei-Chen Q, and Darren Chen. Samer Adib, the CEO, is a professor at the University of Alberta with a PhD in structural engineering and 22 years of experience in engineering research and education. Wei-Chen Q, the CTO, is an undergraduate student in computer engineering at the University of Alberta. He has done internships at both Huawei and DriveWise. And for myself, I'm the COO and an undergraduate student studying electrical engineering at the University of Alberta. I'm currently doing an internship at another Canadian startup called Wyvern. So as far as traction, so far we have 3,000 total users, 645 apps created, and 173 app accounts created. We have 3,000 users distributed among this map. Our users come from countries all over the world, including Canada, the United States, Brazil, India, China, Turkey, and more. In December of 2021, we released our beta version. In July of 2022, we had our first hackathon sponsored by 1984 Ventures. This hackathon had 74 participants and 13 submissions. We had a ton of great feedback, and we will be doing another one very soon. In July of 2022, we released a collection of masonry apps for the Alberta Masonry Council, and they're all available on MemSimCalc.com for free under the featured apps. We are looking for 60 to 130K in funding for the hiring of a full-time employee starting in the summer to allow us to improve our product and gain more traction. And then any feedback on the product and pitch deck is greatly appreciated. You can find MemSimCalc on LinkedIn, or you can reach out to me at Darren Chen on LinkedIn. Here's some links as well as some of my contact information. Thank you all for your time, and yeah, thank you.
Okay, I've got a question if no one else does. Just wondering what your major risks are going forward, including perhaps copyright issues, or are there any things that you're worried about that you might want an advisor for?
Yeah, we definitely want to look into getting a legal entity. As of right now, we don't think there would be any risks, but since this is an open, not necessarily open, but since anyone can create an app, that could lead to potential, I guess, copyright issues. So we definitely do need to hire a legal entity in the future just to further solidify and clarify those potential issues.
Great, thank you. Any other questions? And Zach, thank you for chairing. We got one more group to go, and we're a little behind. So if there's no further questions, let's just one more second. Anybody else have a question? Just wondering what it's like to be a student starting a company in Alberta. What's the process been like for you? Is it straightforward? Would you recommend it to others?
It's been good. I've got involved with some of the people in the ecosystem, especially like Startup TNT or like Alberta Innovates and stuff like that. Lots of really good mentorship available in Alberta. Like surprisingly, like I've talked to so many different people, and they've all given me great advice on just how to run a business, how to do pitches. They gave me advice on pitch decks, and just like there's no shortage of advice in Alberta for startups.